Watching videos on the internet is great, until you find yourself caught in one of those weird YouTube spirals and end up watching something that can never be unseen. I'm not talking about prank footage or cat vids. I'm talking files uploaded onto the web that make no sense and no one really knows where they came from. Get ready for weirdness as we take a look at some strange, unexplained internet videos. blankroomsoup.avi. First uploaded in 2008, blankroomsoup.avi quickly became a creepy sensation. The footage shows a man with his eyes censored eating from a bowl of soup with an oversized spoon, while a large, almost featureless mascot slowly approaches him. The man then begins sobbing when a second identical mascot appears, but he never stops eating the soup. Internet snoopers digging around on the topic were able to link the mascots to a character duo called Ray Ray, created by Raymond Percy. Bizarrely, Percy is, of all things, an artist and voice actor for Walt Disney. It turned out he'd performed the characters doing funny skits and sketches live in Los Angeles for several years, until one night when his distinctive costumes were allegedly stolen after a show. A few weeks after the theft, Percy received an email with the Blank Room Soup video attached. Baffled, he put it on YouTube to share with his friends, where it has remained as one of the internet's biggest enigmas. It's unknown what happened to the man in the video, or whether it was all just an elaborate hoax designed by Percy himself. But one thing's for sure, I wouldn't want to be locked in a room with Ray Ray, especially with soup around. Petscop. In 2017, a channel called Petscop appeared on YouTube and began uploading Let's Play videos of a mysterious video game. The narrator Paul takes the viewer through what appears, in graphics and gameplay, to be a low-budget 90s PlayStation game. It even has an attributed production company called Garalina. But despite the on-screen legitimacy, there's no evidence of a production company called Garalina having ever existed. So the reason no one has heard of this game is because it never existed. As Paul progresses in Petscop, the original bright and bubbly atmosphere becomes dark and sinister. Each layer Paul descends into the game, solving puzzles and riddles, he becomes increasingly aware that the game somehow specifically links to him and his family. There's also in-game referencing to the death of Candace Newmaker, a 10-year-old killed in 2000 who was a victim of the now illegal practice of rebirthing. In 2019, a Twitter account with the handle Pressed Eyes claimed they made the series and edited the video description specifically to prove so. Even though the creator was tracked down, he has never alluded as to why he made the extensive and clearly laborious series. He simply claims it was fun for him, and that's all. If anything, this admission just makes it stranger. Unfavorable Semicircle. Unfavorable Semicircle was the name of a YouTube channel that went live in 2015. The seizure-inducing content of the videos is what drove it into the limelight. The videos generally contain distorted voices and noises along with flashing, abstract images. Some would last only a few seconds, where others would go on for almost 11 hours. They were titled with the astrological symbol for Sagittarius along with random digits. From 2015 to 2017, Unfavorable Semicircle had uploaded tens of thousands of these videos. But in 2017, the account was deactivated and reactivated, removing the entire video library without reason. 5 years on, fans of the mystery the account posed are still trying to decrypt the riddles of the videos. Is it art? Is it a joke? With any luck, we'll never be subject to an equally nonsensical explanation. Max Headroom. On a November evening in 1987, during an episode of Doctor Who, television sets around Chicago, Illinois were suddenly hijacked by a mysterious figure wearing a mask. The mask itself was of Max Headroom, a fictional AI character from a British cyberpunk TV movie, but this intruder was a far cry from the Max people knew. The signal intrusion lasted for less than 2 minutes, during which Max spoke mainly gibberish through a voice-altering device and then dropped his pants before being spanked by what looks like a lady with a fly swatter. A lot of very weird thoughts seems to have gone into this performance, but whether it was live or recorded, we may never know. To this day, the culprits haven't been caught, and Doctor Who will never be the same again. I feel fantastic. Cast your minds back to 2009. the year Bitcoin was first established, the year Michael Jackson died, and the year you first saw I Feel Fantastic. It's a grainy home video of a female android singing and moving to an eerie digital tune. A middle break in the video wipes over some garden foliage for no reason, then the video ends the way it began. It was originally posted by Creepy Blog and remains the only video on their channel, but at no point do they take credit for it. And it gets even weirder. The description of the video contains a contemplation of the Greek myth of Pygmalion, a sculptor who decided to create the perfect woman. After 9 years of this taunting internet mystery, a YouTube user called Yitz did some digging and sourced the full and increasingly bizarre video. Supposedly it was all made by a guy called John Bergeron, who has something to do with this 90s style nightmare of a website. The android named Tara was apparently made in an attempt to get into the android industry. Although that doesn't explain the video's description or the reasoning behind the song and shots of trees. Whatever the real explanation may be, I feel pretty far from fantastic. SNCH. Back in 2015, a channel labeled simply SNCH popped up on YouTube and dumped a disturbing playlist of 10-second videos without any descriptions. They showed 3 young adult males hanging out, appearing to have a good time, but it quickly descends into a paranormal joke.
My camera's like, what the dude? Holy.
Each clip shows a step in an odd story where they investigate a room in a house they seem to know, which contains a baby monitor they don't recognize. The monitor reacts to only one of their trio.
What the dude? I don't, dude, I have no idea.
And they jokingly try to interact with it.
Charlie, are you there? Charlie!
But the final video in the playlist sees the camera owner manages to accidentally capture footage of an ominous moving figure outside their window.
No, it's completely black.
A year later, another playlist of what seems to be the same 3 guys was uploaded in the same format, having a nice day playing video games and playing with their dogs. After a seemingly normal day, suddenly a loud noise disturbs all the boys as the outside door is ripped off its hinges and all their power goes out.
Holy.
They begin to panic and talk about phoning the police, but the video then cuts off. All the videos are titled with a sequence of numbers and letters which Reddit user George the Hamster has attempted to decipher. Some of the titles of the second playlist apparently read, "Where is your daughter?" There are theories that this is a hacked or stolen footage, or maybe a staged performance, but at this point the 3 amigos are complete unknowns. Press F to pay respects. Dying NASA scientists. Sometimes a cosmic joke can turn into a cosmic nightmare. As YouTube channel NASA Gym 108 shows you in the video, dying NASA scientist shows how to neutralize an alien. Far from relating to anything in the title, the 45-second clip shows a man in a goat mask alongside a woman strapped into a lawn chair. Goatman flips open a large fan which has some symbols, names, and numbers scribbled onto it, followed by a shot of the woman struggling to escape, and ending with a location and Bible references. No aliens that I could see, or logic for that matter. The location at the end refers to Lakshadweep, just off the coast of India, translated as 1,000 tiny islands in Sanskrit, and the Bible passages read as, "For my loins are filled with a loathsome disease, and there is no soundness in my flesh," as well as, "And he denied him saying, Woman, I know him not." The channel itself hosts multiple weird, eclectic videos working along similar themes of aliens, NASA, and death.
Experiencing within the pod became corrupt.
There are theories floating around on the internet that the Weird Arty joke channel was created by comedian Duncan Trussell, whose voice sounds like those used in many of the other videos.
As far as I know, has never been seen.
Of death row. I mean, if you can be not bit.
If this is his idea of comedy, I'd recommend he stick to his day job. The Eric Harris Girl. You've all heard about the weirdos who send fan mail to famous criminals in jail. Well, as it turns out, they're just the tip of the iceberg. This lady is referred to on the internet simply as the Eric Harris Girl. She's posted numerous videos professing her love of the Columbine High School shooter Eric Harris, complete with a collection of custom printed mugs and pillows. The most disturbing of the videos shows her chanting "Eric Harris rocks my world" to the camera over and over with no context or description of who she is.
Eric Harris rocks my world.
Naturally, Reddit latched onto the videos and tried to get to the bottom of who she was, and one user appears to have been successful. Sycamore managed to find the social media accounts of a lady named Lynn Ann Guasiti, and it seems the videos weren't even the creepiest symptom of this woman's obsession. Guasiti appears to be completely dedicated to Harris, going as far as to Photoshop images of herself into ones with him, and supposedly faking a marriage certificate between the two of them. The bizarre love appears to be very real, despite her never having met or spoken to Harris prior to his death. Love knows no bounds, I guess, and neither does mental illness. Sittingandsmiling.com. Finally, the world has entered an age where telling people to smile more is recognized for the weird anti-compliment it's designed to be. But no one seems to have told this guy. Say hello to Benjamin Bennett, owner of Sittingandsmiling.com. In 2014, Bennett live-streamed himself sitting in a corner of his house and smiling non-stop for 4 straight hours. No explanation was given, and the internet became fascinated by this bizarre behavior. A few days later, he posted another video doing exactly the same thing. Every other day, Bennett would film himself just sitting for 4 hours and smiling unnervingly into the camera. 300 videos later, you heard that right, 300, and he's still going. By the power of maths, I figure he spent more than 1,200 hours doing this. That's 50 days. He must have cheeks of steel. It might be a form of endurance art, but that doesn't explain why he chose this method to express himself. He's turned down plenty of interviews and doesn't seem to have ever openly addressed it. Jesus, imagine if he ever meets a girl and she asks him what he does in his free time. Just get an Xbox, man. My sister. Now this might be one of the strangest and creepiest videos ever to grace the internet. Titled simply as My Sister, the video shows a woman walking up and down a hall trying on different outfits and staring unblinkingly into a camera, before removing a well-fitted mask to reveal her real face underneath. She then proceeds to eat a variety of different food items and then peels the bottom of her face off to reveal that too is a mask. Now this is a video that had internet sleuths stumped for over 10 years. It was a notorious YouTube post on a channel called Raider Dog back in 2011. But hidden in the scores of gaming content, it seemed unlikely this channel was the video's original host. It took over 5 years for anyone to make any kind of headway into its origins, when a certain YouTube channel was discovered, and the whole thing got even stranger. The poster appears to be a YouTube user called ZJCFHGF, an amateur mask maker who has posted multiple videos of themselves wearing and modeling different silicone masks. Their content dates back over 10 years, the masks are all exclusively female, and most appear to have a Japanese origin. ZJCHGF never reveal their name or their face, for what I'm going to call obvious reasons, but their Twitter link shows they're still very much active and continue to anonymously make nightmare fuel to this day. That's alright, I never wanted to sleep again anyway. Which of these strange videos is going to keep you awake tonight? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.